Hey guys, Legacy JPS here, and today we're going to be looking at the 1 to 100 full mechanics Forbidden Gundam from Gundam Seed. This one was one of my favorite second series Gundams in Gundam Seed. Well, it was my favorite on the Earth Alliance side, but you all know Freedom was still my favorite. I did build this a couple of days ago, even though I'm just not getting to it because I actually recovered enough to actually do this. Yeah, I've been sick and down for the count for a while. So, the Forbidden has that dark, it's kind of like a light green with a black color scheme going on, gray, a little bit of red and yellow. His eyes and forehead camera are blue, so all the stickers on him are blue. I think there would be some color correcting, like supposed to be red on the inside of this part, and I think down here on the legs as well. But overall, it's a good kit. He doesn't come with too much, but there is a lot of leftover parts. Mainly because I think I saw parts in there that I recognized that was from the Full Mechanics Calamity Gundam, mainly like shoulder and leg parts. Now, the Calamity is the X100 frame series. This is the X200, which means X200s usually are something special. X100s was the general purpose type units. X200s are specialty types, and X300s are transforming types. So what made this one special? It was a close range high speed type. Now his backpack, which I don't have on, which will make this guy really back heavy, had most of the artillery on it. It had the cannon, the rail cannons, and the Gishmatic Panzers. I think it was called Gishmatic Panzers. The beam reflector shields. Also up there on the shield, I have his scythe stored, but I don't have it on here because it'll make this guy totally back heavy, and I really don't want that. But overall, he is pretty good. Overall, the build was quite fun. It wasn't too hard. I will admit there are some unique parts to it because with him, there is a gimmick in here in that his head actually slides down when I rotate the these sections here. So this part of the body is one section, but there is a gap in there that's connected to these parts of the body. So when I rotate this, the head will actually rotate downwards. The thrusters also move, which when you pull them down, they give more of a bend. As if they was up, you get less of a bend, but they're gonna fold down anyways. The build design on this it was fun. It was unique, and actually I overall enjoyed it. I will admit, though, building the bodies on these full mechanics, and this is the second one I have the Raider built, their body design builds are unique and different. But you know, that's enough of that, so let's go ahead and get into the articulation. So articulation wise, it's pretty good for full mechanics. So the head goes, I'm actually gonna hope it doesn't pop off again. The head goes up and down. It has the forward and back. So he can look pretty far forward upwards, which is really good. And he can look kind of far down too. Also, the head design build is unique because you know how the way his head and the V fin sits. Normally other ones they would sit higher up, so you can kind of see the little gap between them. Because this has the head, the eyes are actually separated, and the V fin sits lower, just for the cameras. And every piece you see up here is his own piece. The arms rotates 360. Arms go up that far without, you can pull out the arms. I don't remember if you can or not, but I believe you can. shoulders go up that far. If I pull out, they can go up even higher, which they're not supposed to, I don't think they're supposed to go up that far anyways. Elbows are double jointed, but that's about as much as you will get. There is a, I don't remember if it's up here or down here, but you have a little wrist swivel. It's on a ball joint, and these are the changeable fingers. And you rotate below the shoulder. For the chest, you have an ab crunch. He can look pretty far back, and he can get quite a bit forward. And actually, there is a little click in there too. So there is that. Front skirts move separately. Side skirts can move and rotate forward or back. Back skirt can move. Legs goes forward and back. And they can slide down on the track too, but they both slide down together. Rotation. And the knees are double jointed. Ankles. Well, there is a toe bend, but the foot can go forwards and backwards and rotate side to side. So, roughly speaking, the Forbidden does get quite a bit posable. He is posable, and he is mostly solid. I say that, but I was. He is pretty solid. Also, he doesn't come with too many in terms of extra stuff too. But yeah, overall, he's a solid kit. He stands up pretty well. Now, in terms of the accessories that you get with him, he doesn't come with much. He doesn't come with really too many. He comes with one extra hand, a trigger hand for the right hand, but you don't use it. So, honestly, pretty much what you see here is what you get for the Gundam itself in terms of the body. He only comes with one melee, and that's his melee weapon, which is this scythe. And the scythe is pretty much taller than the Gundam itself. And that is going from the tip to tip. I think it's time for a new camera, or I need another camera stand or something. But yeah, this is his scythe. He holds it decently enough, but he doesn't hold it well enough. Unlike, say, Death Scythe Hell EW, who actually has, the slots and the pegs, so he can hold it easier. This one doesn't get that. You have like these grooves, so it's like here's a section, here's a section, here's a section. And he'll hold it well enough, but that's about it. And this hole here is to peg it into his backpack on one of the shield binders. And when it's in storage, the blade goes down. But overall, even the blade's length and everything, it's wider than him. And that's like sitting on top of his head. Yeah, it's a pretty tall weapon. Pretty big weapon too. And the other thing he comes with is his backpack, which has the darker green. It just pegs right there into that one hole. And it doesn't really peg and clip it. It's just that one hole or anything. So once it sits on top, it's there. There is a clear blue piece behind this part. So this is another visor with a big V fan. So there's a cannon here, which in the anime, if you watch it, it bends. I'm pretty sure this is also where they got the idea for the Destroy Gundams, because they had to pull it from the Forbidden. These rail cannons actually can swivel in and everything and turn. So, and they also have the little pieces on the side. Also, if you do get this thing, you'll be able to follow the instructions carefully, because each of these are different and they're all made to go in this one way in a certain spot. Because they're different sizes and different things. So when he's uses this in attack mode, they're like that. When they're stored, they're actually turned to the side. And you also got a cable here, one of those mesh tubing cables they put in master grades, that you tie in off on both ends to hold it in place. So when it's actually in like attack mode, it would look something like that. There we go. So yeah, it would look something like this. Nothing up here is stickers. So like everything you see is just plastic on plastic. And like I said, the only stickers were mainly on the Gundam itself. And mainly those were stickers like camera stickers and eye stickers. Everything else here is just sticker. It's just his own body. His like own plastic. So let me go ahead and put this back together. So that's really it for his accessories. So, oops, I got them turned the wrong way. So let's go ahead and put these together and look at him, what he looks like all armored up. And I will admit, he's going to get back heavy. So, like I said, let's go ahead and put the backpack onto the Forbidden. And like I said, he's going to get back heavy. I forgot to mention or show that the sections here where the yellow are, when you rotate these and you push the head forward down, you see his head actually is dropping. That is so that he has clearance for the back. So once the green parts are forward, this is basically what it looks like. And then you just toss the backpack on top. But that's basically what that does. Also, even when it is like that, it doesn't sit all the way down. It's gonna have some give. It's gonna kind of, it's just gonna be kind of resting there because that's all it's meant to do. And the funny enough thing, this thing does kind of rotate around on his back. But yeah, this thing makes him totally back heavy. So I'm going to kind of cheat with the thing. That'll kind of help him stay propped. But yeah, this is him all. It is backpack up. And this is just normally how he is. Most of his weapons are stored on the backpack. The only weapons he has on the Gundam itself is the Vulcan guns on the head and the guns here on his forearms and his scythe. would also be his other weapon too. But I want to take this off and show him put the scythe in hand, because I do want to show him with his full body armor, fully bodied up in high speed assault. I think it's called high speed assault mode. It's been a while since I watched Gundam Seed. Okay, and hands aren't cooperating. And the manual says use this one and I think the second from the bottom. So that's usually the ones you're supposed to use for this. But he's, like I said, this thing does not hold the weapon well because it will just rotate. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when he was in high-speed assault mode, he never used the scythe. He was always using ranged attacks. He was mainly using his backpack. He only uses the scythe when he's not using it, when his backpack is actually on his back. Which is funny because he has thrusters here, but then he has the extra big thrusters on his backpack, the two big ones at the bottom as such, which there should be color correcting there. So let's go ahead and do this transformation. You can do this with everything on still, but we're not going to go that. So first thing is we're going to push the head forward and tilt it down. And like I said, once these are facing forward, that's that part. And the head should be all the way down. And the scythe just falls right out. Like I said, it doesn't hold well in his hands, and that's the sad part. And his fingers just popped off. And I don't know where they just popped off to. I think they just popped on the floor somewhere. So now I'm going to have to find those. Nope, it didn't fall on the floor, thankfully, but... So next we're gonna go ahead and get his backpack ready. So rotate these upwards. I know the manual tells you like turn these and then like rotate them up and then rotate them outwards. Next I'm gonna turn these down. Turn each one 90 degrees, turn them down. Open up. I should think about bigger space next time for something like this. So rotate them down. Actually, it's turn the shields and don't turn these. So they should look something like that. You can turn these either way, but I think it's supposed to be this way. No, actually that's the right way. Is you need as much, they're supposed to be as forward as they can get. So this is what it would look like from your top view. And we're just gonna plug this right back in on top. Like I said, now he's gonna look ridiculous, and if you look at it from the bottom, yeah, like you can see his head is showing, but that's kind of like what they wanted it to be. Well, so by tilting his body back and letting this thing sit, he's actually standing, not held onto. And if you can turn, you can get the rail cannon set up to fire. Yeah, but this is basically what it looks like, or supposed to look like. And he would be holding his scythe in hand while firing, trying to destroy the freedom and justice, or firing on his own teammates because, you know, they're all crazy. I don't know. I think they made another version of this, another full mechanics. I know there was I know the Calamity got the Calamity has like two more. The Sword Calamity and the Ale Calamity or something it's called. But I don't know if the Raider got its other one, the Raider full spec, or the I don't know if we got any more Forbiddens, because there is the Forbidden Blue and Deep Forbidden, but nothing beats the original Forbidden. But yeah, this is basically a Forbidden Gundam. It's quite a thing, and if he was to display him like that, he would take up some shelf space, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to probably leave him in his normal mode because at least he's a little bit more contained and compact. But yeah, I kind of like that though, because he has that second V-fin that hangs up on top, and he actually looks, normally if you kind of look at it normally, like if it was like this just coming at you, it would look intimidating. But yeah, woo, please don't fall. Don't fall, don't fall. The only thing I will say though is you gotta have to find that sweet spot for his legs and his body, because without it touching anything, he can stand, but he ain't gonna stand too well. So turning into the final thoughts of this thing, but let's transform him back though. So final thoughts, it's a full mechanics, it's not a full inner frame, it's something. It actually looks swell, better than the high grade, and yeah, actually he can stand up. You just gotta tilt his body back and just tilt the legs forward, and he can stand up pretty well. Overall, it's a great master, and also you gotta slide the top part of the index finger into the grooves. Just like I just realized that. Otherwise, this is a great master grade. It stands out really well. Like, it looks great. There's enough color separation here to look good. And actually, I don't mind the colors. Like, and like I said, I love the Forbidden. If you put him on an action base, he would really be great. I mean, that's where he belongs, on an action base. But I am not going to put him on one because I really don't have an extra action base to spare for him. But otherwise, it looks great. Like, he does the job well. It's a Gundam with a big scythe, and it's there to be intimidating and to sneak up on you without you even noticing it. Also, I kind of like the head design anyways. I think overall he just looks great. Yeah, sadly this one is cheating because he is resting, so he actually has a support. But something like this, he looks great. The anime did it justice, and this kit does it some justice too, for full mechanics. So yeah, I like it. And so this was the the GAT X252 for Full Mechanics Forbidden Gundam. So I'll see you guys later.